Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Stellar and XLM. It's been a while since I've actually talked about XLM, but I figured I would do an update since we've seen a little bit of some controversy over on Twitter. Mainly just a lot of people not understanding what Stellar was actually saying, which we will go over and really kind of address it. But nonetheless, let's start off with price action. So I'm going to be going over price action in a sense of not short term, don't really care about the short term. In fact, actually, I hope that in the short term, I know that a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this. I hope that we come down to about like roughly the 9.5 cent zone. I think that it'll be crucial to see that. And I think that will be great to see it as well. It will be a nice higher low on the macro. We're talking about going back to the December of 2022, roughly June of this year, and then hey, why not make a little bit of a higher low scenario around roughly October? Would be great to see. And nonetheless, when we look at XLM today, I think that XLM is extremely undervalued, honestly. When we really kind of look at XLM, very similar to XRP, both move very close together. Remember that XLM was originally a fork of XRP. Since then, it really kind of distanced itself from that. And it really kind of created a world of its own. And the way that I look at XLM is more retail based. I look at XRP more like institutional banking sort of based. But nonetheless, I think XLM is an absolute giant within the space. I think that if you are overlooking XLM at this current moment in time, you might be missing out on a great opportunity, honestly. Of course, there's always risk involved, so make sure that you are aware of that. But with that in mind, let's go over a few things. Let's talk about a few things, and let's talk about some great upgrades and updates that we've seen recently. So first and foremost, Sorbonne. So this has been a long-awaited launch. I mean, listen, going all the way back to roughly October of 2022, so almost a whole year ago, we've seen Sorbonne, which is a smart contracts platform native to the Stellar network. It went live on the FutureNet. Now, this is not the mainnet or anything like that. It was building out on the FutureNet, and this was a big one because they got $100 million in terms of an adoption fund that was created to support developers contributing to and even building on this. Now, the thing that got me very excited about this is that this is going to be driving new use cases around financial services, building more scalable use cases, things like that that are really going to demand the token, in my opinion, which is very exciting. DeFi is a big thing, and they dedicated 17 billion XLM to support the growth and the development on the Stellar network. This was a mandate, by the way, and this is the adoption fund, right? So this is big. And I think that this is going to provide a lot of value to the network and to XLM. And I'm very excited about this. Now, of course, the mainnet was expected to be launched within the first half of 2023. I don't believe that we got that. In fact, we actually know that we didn't get that because now, as we do see over here, that it's finally here, or it's finally happening. Sorbonne smart contract support is getting added to Stellar's testnet on September 20th. We did see that. And this is also with the Protocol 20 upgrade, which is a huge one as well. And we actually see over here. So here's the actual update itself, which we will go over here in a second. But the main things that they were talking about and focusing on was one, testnet upgrade on September 20th, update Stellar related software, stay updated in the Protocol 20 Discord channels as well, which if you guys aren't in that, you should be. They also linked to the developer portal on this. I didn't really see too much besides the idea that this is helping developers and businesses building on Stellar really kind of prepare for the network upgrade, which introduces support for the Sorbonne smart contracts, which is the big thing that we've been waiting for. This is the big thing that I've been hyped up about simply because smart contracts, it's a huge thing. Now, along with this, I think that there's some other great things as well. We didn't really see a ton, but hey, I'm still very excited about this. It shows that there's a lot of development still happening. There's still a lot of building happening as well. This is what they just showed on Twitter, that it is now live on the testnet. And again, it's still very exciting. I still think that with Sorbonne, we're probably going to start to see a lot more use cases building out on the network that are going to demand the token in a great way. It's also going to provide a lot of great DeFi use cases and applications that are going to demand scalability, which is very exciting. Now, outside of this, let's talk about a few things. So recently Stellar became a part of the World Economic Forum's Humanitarian and Resilience Aid Investing Initiative as a sole blockchain representative. Together, we're using blockchain for global good. Again, all opinions out the window. I know that we don't like the elites, but the thing about the World Economic Forum is that a lot of the projects within the space are tied back to the World Economic Forum. What this tells me is that, hey, Stellar will most likely succeed because when we look at a lot of the players tied to the World Economic Forum, we already are invested in half of them. We know that Ripple is tied to the World Economic Forum, which we invest into XRP because XRP is exposed through Ripple. And then also Casper. Casper's a big one. I think Hedera is as well. I mean, there's so many players tied to the World Economic Forum around blockchain. It really just kind of confirms that the fourth industrial revolution is on its way, and it's underway as well. Now, outside of this, within the full-on report on this, we actually see a few things. So first and foremost, that SDF is a proud supporter of the World Economic Forum's Humanitarian Resilience Investing Initiative as the sole blockchain organization among a distinguished roster of global collaborators. This initiative is meant to address systemic challenges confronting the 2 billion individuals enduring poverty and insecurity worldwide. SDF's decision to align with the HRI initiative stems from a shared vision to leverage blockchain's power to bring tangible solutions to real-world problems. SDF's mission is to make financial infrastructure more inclusive, easier to access, and affordable to all, which again really kind of confirms the fact that like SDF, or I should say just Stellar itself, is really kind of just built for the retail sector. Like they're really kind of targeting the retail sector heavily. I don't really look at Stellar as, hey, like that's the banker's coin. No, I really kind of look at Ripple as like the banker's company. They're pioneering XRP, which you could technically say, hey, XRP is the banker's coin. But, to me, that's how I look at it. But they're really kind of trying to achieve global scale. I've mentioned this even in recent videos. Outside of this, though, we do see over here as well from Danielle Dixon. She's really kind of addressing this update. And I'll play the clip for you real quick. It's about a minute long, but we do see she talks to Trade Talks on the importance of humanitarian aid in situations like this for humans and empowers people who feel pretty powerless. That's what blockchain technology combined with powerful organizations like MoneyGram and the refugees can do.
So once you have this kind of technology and you leverage a blockchain that's a global public blockchain, you can see what people can build on it. And so the UNHCR is actually leveraging that to be able to provide aid on a weekly basis into regions like Ukraine and others. That's really important. It's fast. It takes less than a minute to be able to get your wallet set up. They receive their aid from start to finish. From the start of receiving a text message saying they're eligible for aid to finish in 3 minutes. That's remarkable. They can then take their aid and they can walk into MoneyGram and cash out. They can hold it. They can put it in their bank accounts. There's so much flexibility. And when you think about what that does in situations like this for humans, is it empowers people who feel pretty powerless. Right. If you need to be able to receive aid, you're in a pretty dire situation, and they feel empowered to control their life and control their value. That's what blockchain technology combined with powerful organizations like MoneyGram and the UNHCR can do. So once you have this kind of technology
and again, this does speak volumes. I think that these are use cases that need to be spotlighted because listen, there's really not a lot of maturity around crypto and crypto driven use cases. This is something that, when you are talking to somebody and they're like, well, what does it do? Well, now you have an answer, right? Like this is literally empowering people around the world. And it's disrupting, or I shouldn't even say disrupting, but it's truly revolutionizing 2 billion individuals' lives, and it can touch their lives in a positive way. And I think that is something great to mention. Now, outside of this, right, the big controversial take was this tweet here. It got 200,000 views, and what they said was Stellar has more real-world assets on chain, more than all other chains combined. Now, a lot of people were like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you could see a lot of people just saying negative stuff, and you have, of course, the scams on Twitter, but a lot of people were like, what the hell is going on here? Like, are you guys lying? We even see over here, like, Stellar quietly has more RWA, real-world assets on platform, than any other network, thanks to $300 million plus tokenized money market fund in partnership with the FTI, Franklin Templeton Fund. And this is with its Sorbonne initiative. Smart contracts are coming to Stellar as well, which is very exciting. Now, yes, I mentioned this back about roughly 2 weeks ago or so. I made a video on XLM, and I mentioned this. They have 304.5 million in real world assets on the network. And this is much larger than Ethereum, which has almost 300 million, 290.8 million. Polygon really isn't even close. And again, like a lot of people were like, well, what the hell was going on? Well, this is what was going on. And like I said, I reported on this already. And remember, Franklin Templeton, like they are a massive giant. Now on chain, they have about $270 million in assets under management. I think now it's roughly over 300 million. This is a big announcement that we talked a little bit about. They were a giant, and we really kind of addressed how like now Stellar is becoming a big deal. And they even said like we believe that blockchain technologies have the potential to reshape the investment management industry by providing greater transparency and lower operational costs for traditional financial products. Blockchains like Stellar's are important to the investment process of the future, and assets built on blockchain rails, like the Franklin on-chain U.S. government money fund, will eventually be interoperable with the rest of the digital asset ecosystem. And there's a few other quotes within this that are great to mention as well. At the end of the day, as we really kind of look at Franklin Templeton, they are an absolute giant, not just because of their on-chain amounts, but also because of their assets under management. Outside of crypto, back in 2021, they had about roughly $1.5 trillion in assets under management. This is an absolute massive amount of money, and it really just kind of shows you what level Stellar is on. And this is also why I say, like, you know, as we look at Stellar today, sitting at roughly about a $3 billion market cap, fully diluted market cap sitting at almost $6 billion. I do think that this thing has a great future ahead of it. I've always talked about how XLM, my main goal is just like $1 initially, but I think that it could go much higher than $1. We still need to realize the fact that like, hey, total supply on this thing is 50 billion. So going off of just 50 billion alone, this thing could see $2. That's $100 billion in market cap. XRP hit that. Dogecoin almost hit that. We've seen many other assets hit that. So it's nothing too crazy. I mean, long term, I see XLM and even XRP and a lot of these digital assets as becoming leaders around the space. And, again, it's the long-term game, right? If you're here for short-term gains, who knows what XLM could do. I know that a lot of people have been talking about the 70 cent zone being hit again. And hey, 70 cents is a great zone. I mean, that's roughly almost a 7x off of the 10-cent zone. And like I said, like anything under 10 cents on XLM is a big buy to me because I do foresee a future where XLM is trading at $1. Obviously, take profits on the way up, but as we look at XLM, I think that's becoming a giant around the traditional financial space. I think that for the longest time, Stellar has been extremely overlooked. I think a lot of these new launches, like Sorbonne, for example, is going to be a game changer for the network. I also think adoption around blockchain-based technology and use cases is really being pioneered by Stellar. I think that a lot of the humanitarian aid and things like that is extremely overlooked. It's disrupting lives. It's becoming a big piece of the world. And even, with MoneyGram, I've seen MoneyGram services all around me, sending money back home. It's a rough thing, especially for a lot of these individuals that are here to send money back home, work here, make money, send it back home and help their family. They don't want to get hit with astronomical fees. So Stellar's really changing the game. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of my free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.